Welcome back to Masterclass Monday. I'm Chuck Wagner, and so you don't forget, please like and subscribe. And thanks for coming back to visit. Today we're going to talk about my Broadway debut, which was in the revival of the 1928 Broadway classic, The Three Musketeers by Rudolf Fremmel. The original Broadway production was produced by Flo Ziegfeld of Follies fame and was a big hit. It opened on March the 13th, 1928 at the Lyric Theater and ran for 318 performances. It starred Dennis King, who would then go on to star in the 1930 West End production as well, and that ran for another 242 performances. So it was a pretty big hit back in the day, certainly with the Ziegfeld magic. Our 1984 revival had a new book by Mark Bramble and was originally directed by Tom O'Horgan of Jesus Christ Superstar and Godspell fame. But at the last minute, Joe Layton came in to replace him to kind of tighten things up and give us a chance. And when we opened, not such a hit. We opened on a Sunday and we closed the next Sunday. All in all, we had 9 spectacular performances. But we had a very, very wonderful cast with Michael Praed as D'Artagnan, and he had played Robin Hood on Showtime right before. I was Athos. Ron Taylor was Porthos, and he was the original voice of the plant in The Little Shop of Horrors. And Brent Spiner was Aramis, who would go on to be Data in Star Trek The Next Generation. The beautifully talented Liz Calloway played the Lady Constance, the servant to the Queen, played by Darlene Enders. Marianne Tatum was Milady de Winter, and Ed Dixon was brilliant as Cardinal Richelieu. I wish I had time to mention everyone in the cast, but suffice to say it was a brilliant experience. We had rehearsals at 890 Broadway, which was the place back in the day. And as a first experience on Broadway, I couldn't have asked for better. I could have asked for a longer run, but all in all, I was thrilled. The story comes directly from Alexandre Dumas, who basically romanticized 17th century France for a 19th century audience. The story was wildly popular and was published in serialized form in a magazine called Le Siècle, which was basically an artistic newspaper. Very, very popular. They could not keep them in stock. The story continued to grow in popularity, and then in 1928, Rudolf Fremmel and team brought it to the stage as an operetta, starring Dennis King as D'Artagnan, who travels to Paris to join the King's Musketeers. He meets and falls in love with the Lady Constance, a lady-in-waiting to Queen Anne. Meanwhile, Cardinal Richelieu learns that the Queen has given a diamond heart brooch, which was a present to her from the King, as a token of love to the Duke of Buckingham, with whom she's having an affair. In a plot to shame the Queen, Richelieu suggests to the King that he ask the Queen to wear it at the planned royal gala. Cardinal Richelieu then dispatches the Comte de Rochefort and Milady de Winter to London to recover the jewels, which he plans to unveil at the gala in order to reveal that the Queen has been unfaithful to the King. The Queen asks her lady-in-waiting, Constance, to involve the Musketeers in the jewels' speedy recovery so she might foil the plot. But when the Musketeers reach London, they are too late. Lady de Winter has arrived first. D'Artagnan uses his seductive charms upon Milady de Winter and steals the jewels back. After a rousing sword fight, the Musketeers kill Rochefort and rush back to Paris just in time to bring the jewel to the gala. King Louis fastens it to the Queen's shoulder, just as he did when he first gave it to her. Richelieu's plot to embarrass the Queen has failed. D'Artagnan becomes a King's Musketeer, and as always, the Musketeers save the day. And that is essentially the plot of the musical. The sets and the costumes were amazing, and it was a joy to be a part of. Now, for the next several years, I used 2 songs from the show as my audition pieces. Here are brief versions of them as I performed them live at the Walt Disney Theater aboard the Disney Wonder in my one-man show, Living the Dream. Special thanks to Jeff Saver on the piano.
My sword will clear the way, my sword with hell to pay. Who's afraid, or who will face the blade that brings you blood, death, and judgment day? Who dares my will defy? you rabble, here is my reply. I stand alone, I can defend my own. No man shall pass by, my sword and I. For such a world-famous lover, with words I'm shy, I don't know why. Now all at once I discover that thous and these I speak with ease. Lost in your gaze so magnetic, my fumbling tongue's gone poetic. You are my belle, more tantalizing than mere phrases can say. You are my belle. Is it surprising that I can't keep away? Eyes that shine each time they gaze at mine. Each tender look exciting, so inviting, whispering to me, burning through me. Be my belle and let me live my life beneath your spell. I'll spend my whole life through adoring you, my belle.
Today's behind-the-scenes secret is a bit of an ironic one. One day, before the show, Brent and I were standing together in my dressing room, and I told him, for no particular reason, that you mark my words, one day Star Trek will come back to television. And I was right, and he is now Star Trek history. But if I had to do that day again, I might have stood where he was standing. Now I'd like to leave you with a couple of audio treats. First, let's warm up the tubes on our vintage radio. And we're going to listen to Dennis King, the original D'Artagnan, who not only made the show a hit on Broadway at the Lyric Theatre, but also at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane in London in 1930. He's going to sing March of the Musketeers. And since the show is about heroes, I found an epic treasure with one of my heroes, Gordon MacRae, as D'Artagnan, in a radio production they did for the American Railroads. So please, kick back, pretend it's 1930-something, enjoy the radio, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye now.
In days of yore, a score of heroes there have been with quite a claim to name and fame. And along in song with love and admiration, poets have exposed their doings more. And still one and all they seem small to this man of whom one hears. Laid beside the king's own musketeers. We are the musketeers. Musketeers, come the musketeers, bound to ride side by side, through and side. We've fought the years and years, no folk can hide his fears. When faced by musketeers, he wisely disappears. Oh, Nelly, we are ever telling, treasure, you love and serve the king, you live for history now. To kiss the maid, or sack a town, or ride a foeman down. It's one for all and all for one, we stand before you dying. We are the musketeers. Oh, dashing musketeers. Come, the musketeers. Come on, may stand before all for one. And one. Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Railroad Hour. And And here comes our star-studded show train. Tonight, the Association of American Railroads presents the rousing Rudolph Frimmel operetta, The Three Musketeers, starring Gordon MacRae and his charming guest, Dorothy Warrenshow. Our choir is under the direction of Norman Luboff, and the music is prepared and conducted by Carmen Dragon. Yes, tonight another great musical success is brought to you by the American Railroads, the same railroads that bring you most of the food you eat, the clothes you wear, the fuel you burn, and all the other things you use in your daily life. And now, here is our star, Gordon MacRae.
Thank you, Marvin Miller, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we're going back to the adventurous days of Louis XIII. Dorothy Warrenshow is the lovely lady-in-waiting, Constance, and my name is D'Artagnan. And may I present Monsieur Porthos.
At your service.
Monsieur Athos.
Monsieur Mesdames.
Monsieur Aramis.
Your humble servant.
And do you know who we are?
We are the Musketeers, old dashing Musketeers, stout comrade Musketeers, bound to ride side by side, true and tried. We've bound for years and years, no foe can hide his fears when faced by Musketeers. He wisely disappears. War and daring we are ever sharing, strangers to danger indeed. To kiss a maid or sack a town or ride a foeman down, as one for all and all for one, we stand all for united. We are the Musketeers, oh, dashing Musketeers, stout comrade Musketeers. Come what may, stand or fall, all for one, and one for all.
It all began when I first came to Paris, a very young recruit from Gascony. And I stumbled right on to the Three Musketeers.
Oh, monsieur, you should not have accepted their challenges. They are the Musketeers, the best swordsmen in France.
The second best. Thank you for your concern, Mistress...
Constance.
Constance. Lovely name for a lovely girl.
Ah, he's romantic, too.
Yes. I'm not only the greatest swordsman in France, but the greatest lover.
Ah, you are not the most modest man in France, monsieur.
Well, I have been taught to speak frankly. And Mistress Constance, in Gascony, when we see a girl who is more beautiful than any we've ever seen before, we do this. We take her hand.
Yes?
We look into her eyes.
Yes?
And then we say, Ma belle, ma belle, you are so charming, I'm enchanted with you. Ma belle, your eyes are daring me and thrilling me too. Every smile invites me all the while, with every look surprising, tantalizing, whispering, wake me, come and take me. Ma belle, forever I shall stay beneath your spell. I'll be my whole life through, adoring you. Ma belle, ma belle, you are so charming, I'm enchanted with you. Ma belle, your eyes are daring me and thrilling tantalizing, whispering, wake me, come and take me. Ma belle, forever I shall stay beneath your spell. I'll be my whole life through, adoring you. I must see you again. Tell me where and when.
Oh, monsieur, you must not duel with the Three Musketeers. They will kill you.
En garde, Musketeers! Let's serenade them with our motto as they die!
We're all for one, and each of us for, and none we reckon as our peers. In peace, in war, there never was a corps that didn't bow before the Musketeers.
What's the motto?
United, a vow we have plighted, and that vow we hold. We're all for one, and each of us for all, just like the paladins of war.
Oh, my friends, the Musketeers, Milady the Queen is in great danger.
We live to serve her. Tell us, Constance. Tell us what we can do.
Richelieu has discovered letters of the Queen's in England. Letters such as any girl writes when she is young. But the Queen is a woman now. She loves France. She loves the King.
Then what value have the letters?
Richelieu plans to use them to split the royal family, to split all of France, and thus come to power himself.
One of us will go to England. We will get the letters and destroy them.
Richelieu's guards wait like rats at the wharves. Any of you who try to leave France will be killed.
Then I shall go. Richelieu does not know my face. Not yet.
Oh, no, D'Artagnan. We will never see you again.
We will all go together. One for all.
I will
All
go
for
alone.
one.
I will go alone. No, not alone. My oldest friend will go with me. My sword will clear my way. My sword will make them pay. Who's afraid or who will face a blade that brings you blood, death, and judgment day? Who dares my will defy? Rats, you ramble, here is my reply. We stand alone, we can defend my own. We live to fight, love, my sword and I. Who dares my will defy? Rats, you ramble, here is my reply. We stand alone, we can defend my own. We live to fight, love, my sword and I. Your Majesty.
Rise, Monsieur D'Artagnan. I've heard from my musketeers of your service to our country. They ask that I appoint you a musketeer. But you're already wearing the uniform.
I was not certain of your intentions, sire. So I put it on so you could see how well I look in it.
You are an anxious young man. Tell me, in exactly what manner did you serve us and France?
Sire, it was a question of love. Of love, Your Majesty.
Love?
Of one of the Queen's ladies, Mademoiselle Constance. But I'm afraid she will not have me unless I am a member of the great camaraderie, sire. A fourth musketeer.
Kneel, Monsieur D'Artagnan.
Your Majesty.
I, Louis, King of France, appoint you, D'Artagnan, one of my musketeers, to love, to live, to fight for France.
Your Majesty, I serve you with my life, and Mademoiselle Constance I serve forever.
We found for years and years, no foe can hide his fears. When faced by musketeers, he wisely disappears. War and daring we are ever sharing, strangers through danger indeed. To laugh and love and serve the king and live for his renown. To kiss a maid or sack a town or ride a bowman down. As one for all and all for one, we stand applaud united. We are the musketeers. Oh, dashing musketeers. Star-spangled musketeers. Come what may, stand or fall, all for one. And one for
She loves me. The most beautiful girl in France loves me. Oh, how can I fail? All I wish in life now is to become a musketeer.
Perhaps one day you shall wear our uniform. May we say there is hope.
Thank you, my friends. On hope, a man lives. I have read history and I've heard tales of brave men, but none were like the musketeers.
Days of yore, a score of heroes there have been with quite a claim to name and fame. Still in mind, handy in a fight, and long in song, with fervent admiration, poets have extolled their doings bold. Very bold, so recalled were those men of old. And yet, one and all, they seem small to these men of whom one hears. True for you, true for you. Placed beside the king's own musketeers. We are the musketeers. Oh, dashing musketeers. Star-spangled musketeers. Bound to ride side by side, true and tried. We've found for years and years, no foe can hide his fears. When faced by musketeers, he wisely disappears. War and daring we are ever sharing, strangers to danger indeed. To life and love and serve the king and live for his renown. To kiss a maid or sack a town or ride a bowman down. As one for all and all for one, we stand or fall united. We are the musketeers. Oh, dashing musketeers. Star-spangled musketeers. On what may, stand or fall.